shall we take all of your energy and have you count down from 10 to 1 with me, so that after that, you'll be happy to be silent. Yeah? All right, let's count down with me now. Mr. Bourne, position please. Count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Wrong ceremony. Mrs. Patricia Gruber, benefactor, Peter Gruber International Academy. Mr. David Bourne, Office of the Governor. Dr. Camille McHale-Stoltz, Provost, University of the Virgin Islands. Reverend Jeffrey Neville, St. Thomas Reformed Church. Members of the VIMSIA Board of Trustees. Mr. Michael Bourne, Head of School. Faculty and staff of VIMSIA. Students of the class of 2021. Members of the media. Excited parents. Family and friends. Virgin Island community members with us online as we live stream this event. Before we go any further, I would just ask any members of the military or the armed forces who are in today's audience to please stand and be recognized in honor of Memorial Day tomorrow. Do we have any with us? We thank you for your service and for being here with us. Good afternoon and welcome, all of you, to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. What a happy occasion. My name is Lisa Chamely-Aqui. I've been a member of the Board of Trustees since 2013 and a proud parent since 2007, and I will be your MC for this afternoon's proceedings. This, and we had some debate over this, this is the 13th set of graduates that this school has had, starting with 1, and it's the 10th or 11th graduating class under the Peter Gruber International Academy. It's our biggest class to date with 19 students. And 13 of those 19 have been members of since Montessori, so they have grown up with this school. It is especially gratifying that we can physically be here celebrating these students' achievements. Let us not underestimate this accomplishment. After closing the campus in March 2020 because of the COVID pandemic, our head of school, Mr. Michael Bourne, our board of trustees, especially set up COVID committee. Faculty, staff, and custodians worked incredibly hard and, way beyond duty to reopen campus in September 2020 with strict protocols of COVID testing, daily temperature testing, smaller student pods, masks, social distancing, and stringent cleaning standards in place. Hybrid learning was introduced, and while not without its challenges, served the purpose of keeping those at risk safe while continuing the educational journey so that these 19 graduating students and the other almost 240 enrolled in the school would not lose ground in their studies. For their Herculean efforts and for being a leader in this territory's education arena through this pandemic, Mr. Michael Bourne, faculty, staff, and custodians of VIMSIA, we salute you. So let us fully enjoy and embrace this moment in time while continuing to do our part to ensure that this event leaves everyone present healthy and COVID-free. In that light, we ask you to limit movement between your family pods, and if you walk about, please wear your mask properly, over your nose, under your chin. Thank you so much. let us move on with the proceedings. I now ask you to stand, please stand, and turn to face the flag, and the flag is over there. Silence all of your cell phones and other digital devices so that we have no distractions during our program. Let us please continue standing and with the same amount of respect, join Mikhail Emanuel, grade 12 student, as he a cappella sings the Virgin Islands March.
All hail the Virgin Islands, emeralds of the sea, where beaches bright with coral sand, and trade winds bless our native land. All hail the Virgin Islands, bathed in waters blue, we give our loyalty full to thee and pledge allegiance forever true.
All right, please welcome Gloria, and please be respectful of COVID protocols and others trying to take photos as well as their student is being announced.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a joyous and beautiful afternoon it is. Thank you for being at our wonderful school today. Very, very honored to be graduating the class of 2021 and honoring these 19 wonderful people. I have the very astute honor of welcoming our graduates down to the procession of pomp and circumstance. Audience members, you'll get to see each one of these graduates walk down the red carpet this afternoon. It is my honor to begin with our first graduate of the class of 2021, Miss Marissa Maureen Bourne. And following Miss Bourne, we have our second graduate in the class today. It is my honor to welcome Miss Annapia Brunt. Coming next in our procession of graduates, I'd like to welcome Mr. Cody Bryan. welcome Mr. Andreas Dean Bump. Please join me in welcoming our next graduate this afternoon, Miss Chantel Cardi. I'm excited to welcome down the red carpet today, Mr. Devonte, Cecil, Noah, Duncan. Having just sung for us that beautiful rendition of the VI March, let's welcome Mr. Nikel Kilo Emmanuel. Next down the red carpet today is the beautiful Caroline Rose Ethan. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tegan John Capel. Next down the red carpet in the class of 2021, Miss Michaela Jeanette Kurtz. Welcoming the stunning graduate this afternoon, Miss Aviela Anna Maynard. It is my honor to welcome Miss Kira Elizabeth Mitchell. Standing proud at the end of the red carpet, we'd like to welcome Mr. Drake Stefan Nemeth. It is my absolute honor to welcome Jessica Lynn Pywansky. A graceful walk down the red carpet will be with Miss Junice Camille Harris. Next we have the very talented Mr. Jaden Mackay Potter. With a stunning walk down the red carpet today, Mrs. Brianna Nicole Ramos. Please join me in welcoming Miss Deja Marie Edith Simon. graduates, but most certainly not least, Miss Adia Imoni Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please present to you the Peter Gruber International Academy Class of 2021. Graduates, you may be seated.
Thank you, Ms. Arpezi. Aren't they a dignified bunch of young citizens? Let's give them another round of applause. That's what they're like in public. Okay, no, just kidding. You're perfect. All right. Our next speaker fulfills a tradition where graduating students choose one of their teachers with whom they have a close connection to champion and represent them as a member of faculty. Please welcome the senior selected speaker for not the first year, Miss Alexandra Silva, MYP coordinator.
Good afternoon, families, friends, teachers, and most importantly, the class of 2021. My apologies in advance. I will cry. You may not be able to understand me. First, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak at your commencement. It has been a genuine pleasure teaching all of you over the years, whether about the intricacies of DNA replication, the resilience of ecosystems, or the birds and the bees as pollinators. This group and I entered the PGIA together, they as 7th grade students and me as a new teacher. In some ways, I feel as though we followed the same path over the years, learning new things, making new friends, learning about ourselves, and finding our own rhythm. So it seems especially fitting that this is my last year at VIMSIA, meaning we will also say goodbye together as we move on to new adventures. We've been through a lot, hiking volcanoes, power outages, rat dissections, and current event assignment after current event assignment. It may not seem like much, but trust me, it was taxing, and I have the gray hairs to prove it. In the time I've known these students, I have watched them live and navigate a lifetime worth of experiences. The fallout from natural disasters, the turmoil of heartbreak, a seemingly endless health crisis, and the emptiness of sudden loss. Yet through all of this, the group sitting before you today has managed to continue smiling, laughing, and loving each other. They have been inspiring to watch. Since the pandemic began, news outlets and social media have been awash with the virtues of teachers, extolling upon our skill and dedication as we pivoted to remote learning, transitioned to hybrid learning, and tried not to lose our minds along the way. But in all of that, I think we've forgotten to praise you, the students, and your class in particular. Because as we transitioned last spring, so did you. As we struggled and became frustrated, so did you. And as we teetered on the edge of giving up, so did you. And yet, just like us, you kept showing up, usually with pants on. Most days you were even smiling. In doing so, you fueled us. You made it worthwhile to teach, to learn how to teach differently, and to keep coming back. You raised our spirits, and I like to think we raised yours. A perceptive scientist might even identify this interaction as a positive feedback loop. But in seriousness, I want to thank you on behalf of our teachers and our school for inspiring us and for setting an example for the rest of the student body. The success of this school is as much yours as it is ours. As you move on from VIMSIA, you will continue to face challenges, some small, some seemingly insurmountable, but you will also have adventures and experiences that will leave you in awe of what life has to offer. Indeed, working at VIMSIA has been an adventure, and you have left me in awe of what being a teacher truly means. Unconditional love and the ability to make a difference in someone's life. I will take a little piece of each of you with me on my next adventure, and I encourage you to look around at each other and decide what you will take with yourselves. When walking this winding path of life, will you remember to be as kind and compassionate as Cody is to those around him? Will you offer help and guidance to others along the way, as Annapia does? And will you remember to be kind to yourself and to be yourself, like Adia? When following your passions and aspirations, will you pursue them with focus and drive, like Marissa, seizing all opportunities that arise? Will you pursue a range of talents, like notes on a guitar, as Nikhil does? And like Deja, will you use your talents and successes to help make the world a better and more beautiful place? When new situations arise, will you embrace the unknown head-on, like Bree, and remain open to change? Will you do it with self-confidence and flair and make it look good, like Chantel? And like Caroline, will you bring a positive, limitless energy to those new people, places, and experiences? When faced with circumstances you think unfair, will you channel Kira and be a fierce advocate for yourself? Will you have the determination to voice and defend your opinion like Abiella, even when it's different from others? And like Junice, will you be bold enough to stick to your gut and walk your own path? And when your world starts to move too fast, will you emulate Jabin by slowing down, taking a deep breath, and recentering? Will you take a page from Andreas, stepping off the path to catch a wave and enjoy the little things life has to offer? Or when the world seems to be falling apart, will you seek your inner Michaela and remember to smile with abandon, despite the difficulties? She's smiling under the mask. Will you continue to find ways to play ball, even when there is no court or coach or team like Tegan? Will you take a little bit of Jess along the way to make sure you are loud, proud, and willing to make yourself known? And will you remember to find balance, to find a part of you that is cool, calm, and collected like Drake, to help keep you grounded, and a part of you like Devonte, to help you marvel at the world with an earnest eagerness and an open mind? I know I will. As you embrace the adventures ahead of you, I hope you will take a little bit of everyone and make positive life choices along the way. As my mom often asks me, who makes it happen? The expected response is that I do, and I expect you to as well. So to the class of 2021, congratulations. I love you, I am proud of you, and I know you will make it happen for yourselves.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. Not only do you see the love, but you see each and every one of them through their masks, through whatever attitude they bring to the day, and right into their hearts. Thank you so much for your words. As we continue our ceremony, I invite Mrs. Arpezi to come back up to the podium to conduct the honor code recognitions. Ms. Arpezi.
Thank you so much, Ms. Aqui. Thank you, Ms. Silva, for your beautiful and very genuine words. Good afternoon again, everyone. Very honored to be able to be up here to do the part of our ceremony which is going to recognize our Honor Cord awardees today. The Honor Cord tradition here at the Peter Gruber International Academy is one that we started a number of years ago to be able to highlight the talents and the activities and the accolades of these young people above and beyond just their academics. I will be going and looking through all of the different Honor Cord recognitions today, which you can find on your program if you'd like to follow along. And students are going to stand when I call that particular name and that Honor Cord recognition. So first, wearing a double gold Honor Cord today, I would like to honor Miss Annapia Brunt as the valedictorian of our class. You can see many of the students have on several different honor cords with the different colors, and it's part of their beautiful graduation regalia that they have up here on the stage. Next today, I would like to ask Miss Marissa Bourne to stand. She is wearing a double silver honor cord today as the salutatorian of the class of 2021. Wearing single emerald green honor cords today, I'd like to ask Marissa, Annapia, Devonte, Caroline, Aviella, Kira, and Drake to please stand. These students are wearing a single emerald green honor cord, which is for academic distinction. Each of these students has completed their high school career with a final GPA of 3.5 or higher. Quite an accolade. Congratulations, guys. You can have a seat. All right. A single Kelly Green honor cord means that a student has received 5 or more honors pass grades and during their time at our school. An honors pass is an award that's given to a class where a student steps outside of their comfort zone, outside of the boundaries, and goes above and beyond to complete that particular course. Today we have one student who is wearing that Kelly Green honor cord, and it's Miss Annapia Brunt. Could you please stand? Wearing today a single royal blue honor cord, which stands for the fact that this student has been awarded an IB Learner Profile Award over the time of their high school career. A Learner Profile Award is something that's given to a student to recognize they're nominated both by their students, their fellow peers, and their teachers. They're nominated and then ultimately awarded this if they are embodying and recognizing several of the learner profile traits of the International Baccalaureate program. It's quite an honor. Today, wearing a single royal blue honor cord is Aviella, Drake, Devonte, Annapia, and Marissa. Please stand. One of the most stunning and beautiful cords that you'll see up here today is the double orange honor cord, which is a very, very coveted award that is given to the student who receives the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award from the St. Thomas Synagogue during the winter of the school year. It is my absolute honor to have Miss Deja Marie Simon stand today. Due to her efforts in serving her community, she was awarded the MLK Service Award earlier this spring, so congratulations, Deja. Also, we have a double purple honor cord right here, which will not be released. The name will not be released right now. A little bit later in your program, you'll see that that is the cord that will be adorned on the student sitting on the stage who has won the International Mindedness Scholarship. That is soon to come a little later in the program, so that's still a surprise. I have 14 students who are sitting on the stage right now who are wearing a single sky blue honor cord. And that means that these students have played a varsity sport for the Peter Gruber International Academy. I'd like to have stand Tegan, Brianna, Kira, Aviella, Adia, Chantel, Annapia, Devonte, Drake, Javen, Andreas, Jessica, Marissa, Michaela, and Caroline. Thank you guys for playing sports for our team, for our school over the years. And then last, but absolutely not least, every one of these students has completed a highly rigorous, highly challenging program that is called the International Baccalaureate Diploma program. It is a coveted program around the world that very few students actually succeed and complete. Every one of these students is wearing a single white honor cord today to recognize that they not only survived, but completed and successfully have participated in the diploma program. Everybody, please stand. Thank you, class of 2021. You guys are stunning and remarkable. Thank you so much.
In a similar tradition to the senior selected teacher or faculty speaker, we have senior selected student speaker, the same tradition. And this year we are treated to not one, but two members of the grade 12 class of 2021. Please welcome Jessica Pywansky and Adia Thomas, who will co-present at this time.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome, distinguished guests, alumni, faculty, family, friends, and of course, my fellow members of the graduating class of 2021.
With the amount of assignments that this class turned in late, we are honestly shocked to say that this graduation was not postponed.
As we celebrate this special day, we are honored, moved, and grateful that we have been selected to speak on behalf of our graduating class. Today, we stand on stage before all of you with numerous conflicting emotions, and I'm almost certain that many of you here may empathize with me as well. I remember my parents dropping me off to La Casa on the very first day of school. I threw a huge fit because I did not want to leave my parents. But little did I know that the VIMSIA community was my new family. And as time went by, instead of throwing tantrums of leaving my parents, I threw tantrums of leaving school. I mention this because many of us have grown up with each other since La Casa, and others have trickled in from kindergarten all the way up to 11th grade. But nonetheless, we have watched each other grow and develop into the young adults we are today. It is almost hard to believe that over 5 years ago, we were playing tag in the playscape, trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards, going on field trips to Pierre's, and complaining to Senor and Mr. Stocking about how unfair our PE teams were. But how did it all go by so fast? For some, becoming a senior meant bossing the little kids around. But for others, meant great responsibility. Little did we know that in our academic journey, we would be faced with so many challenges and obstacles that would hinder us from having a traditional high school experience.
This class is one of resilience and perseverance. 1 year. One. That is how many normal years of high school this graduating class has had. Starting off strong as freshmen entering the class after 2 Category 5 hurricanes ravaged our island and community. Each of us going weeks without hearing from our friends, family, and having dependable electricity, water, and fresh food. We each experienced not 1, but 2 catastrophes and managed to not only bounce back, but help those around us do the same. Sophomore year, the only semblance of a normal year in high school. Nothing earth-shattering or life-ending took place. In my opinion, this was the best year of high school. Then came junior year. That was almost normal had it not been for that meddling pandemic. I distinctly remember the start of our extended spring break. Excitement of attending class anywhere. Every night being like a weekend because Zoom school, it's not real school. And the countless opportunities to spend time with friends. But as so is life, the reality was vastly the opposite. Teaching ourselves from home, more homework than ever anticipated because now everything was homework. Isolations from friends and family, and the worst crisis of all, chicken and bowling, kind of became a little lame. Maybe not exactly the worst part, but nevertheless, masks became the new normal and distancing from the ones you love became required. All of this carried over into our senior year, our last year of not only high school, but the end of our collective journey at VIMSIA, and for some, their last year in the Virgin Islands. This year, the cap off to the best year of our teenage lives. Internal assessments, TOK essay and presentation, more orals, mocks, and IB exams on top of regular schoolwork. Each of you on this stage not only completed it all, but completed it well enough to be graduating today. During a pandemic, no less, and without hardly any exemptions from the IB's oh so very high standards. On top of it all, as if the powers that be had not thrown enough at us, not all, but most, felt the loss of Talia Known and those who passed in the tragic accident. Within the last 4 years, this class of 2021 has faced destruction, isolation, rejection, loss, sadness, pain, and a plethora of other life-halting emotions and circumstances. That of which I've discussed today are the shared experiences, none of which include the personal hardships and battles each of us faced on our own. Despite every challenge and hardship that I have mentioned, each student on this stage persevered and made something of the situations life had handed to them. What I have said today has not been me, someone of great privilege, complaining about a life that my class and I share, because we each appreciate and have been fortunate to receive this education. But rather, I say to show this class has excelled during circumstances we were never expected to face, let alone persevere in those same experiences with grace beyond our years. Life will never be easy, my friends, but let the last 4 years serve as a reminder to you that the class of 2021 is capable of resilience, and I'm not referring to an equilibrium bouncing back after disturbance. Just a little ES&S humor because I can't get anything from that class out of my head. But rather, a living, breathing, volatile human being, not only overcoming whatever life has thrown at you, but also achieving incredible things despite it. So I send you off with luck, but also with the knowledge that you truly do not need it.
Our time here together as a senior class will not be simply remembered by grades, popularity, likes, or favorites, but by relationships. The kinds of person you were. These are legacies, the kinds you must leave. The class of 2021 is truly remarkable and is a force to be reckoned with. These graduates here on stage are leaders and are not afraid to speak up and voice their concerns when things are not right. A quote by Alexander Hamilton says, "If you do not stand for something, you'll fall for anything." Well, class of 2021, we are still standing. In fact, we are standing stronger than ever. Every setback we faced and times when we spoke up when it felt like nobody was listening were times that were not meant to break us, but to ensure that we can overcome any obstacle that could come in our way and lead by example. Looking back at how far we have come, I can say these experiences, lessons, and investments have shaped us to become powerful, intellectual, and open-minded young men and women of value that have the capacity to change the world and shine light in places where there is darkness. The injustices, inequality, and hatred in this world. These things are not strong if we do not give them power. Class of 2021, you can do anything you set your mind to, and everything you have accomplished thus far has given you a one-way ticket to your bright future. We have all made lots of sacrifices, exercised diligence in our academic pursuits, broke our backs to complete many simultaneous assessments, and stayed up at late hours of the night just to complete Ms. Silva's homework. that she never graded. I'm exceptionally proud to say we finally made it. At times, the countdown felt so far away, but now I wish we had more time. More time to arrive at school late and blame it on the traffic. More time to procrastinate assignments, and more time to complain about which teachers didn't put an assignment on ManageLab. We have all built strong friendships and have bonded through the good times and the tough times. But here we are today, celebrating an unforgettable journey and the start of a new one. So as we take our separate paths in life, always remember that when the going gets tough, don't ever give up, because we have the capability to overcome just about anything. We are the future, and the world is counting on us to be that change that is oh so desperately needed. Cheers to the good, the bad, the fun, and the sad memories we have with each other. But as the class would put it, we had fun. Shout out to everyone. Again, congratulations to the phenomenal class of 2021.
Congratulations, class of 2021. We are so proud of the people we have watched you become over the years and can't wait to see the people that you turn out to be. In the wise words of Good Luck, Charlie, hang in there, baby. While we might not always like each other, I can say this wholeheartedly. I will always love each and every one of you, just the way any normal family would function. We implore you to live courageously, take risks, and always remember, if all else fails, at the very least, you know how to work an Excel spreadsheet. We love you all. Each of you deserve to be on this stage, and we couldn't be prouder to be part of the class of 2021. We made it.
How fabulous are they? And the fabulousness just continues. One after another, 19 times 19 times 19. Thank you, Adia. Thank you, Jessica. Your words are so reflective of all the values encouraged and nurtured in this school as IB learners. You're inquisitive, you're knowledgeable, you're thinkers. Okay, you're cheeky. You're communicators, you're principled, you're open-minded, caring, risk-takers, balanced, and reflective. May I also add, and maybe IB could use some of these things and add it to their list, they have grit, they have resilience, they have a fierce love and protectiveness for one another and for life. Congratulations. In a Washington Times Herald article dated May 26th, it notes the following. Valedictorians and salutatorians are those individuals who have reached the very highest levels of academic success. Cum laude, in case you didn't know, is a Latin phrase that means with praise and honor. Some schools do not immediately award the title to highest ranking students. They may ask students for review and then consider various factors, including grades, level of academic program, essay submission, and even contribution to school and community life. Our next speaker, you pick any one of those criteria and she meets it. Please welcome Marissa Bourne to offer the salutatorian tribute.
Welcome, bienvenidos, and konnichiwa to the Board of Directors, Mrs. Gruber, Mr. Michael Bourne, my dad, faculty, staff, honorary guests, families, and of course, the downright amazing class of 2021. It has been an honor to spend the last 4+ years with you all. Some of us have been together since CASA and primary. And even those of you who joined us later, it has truly been an honor. I'd like to thank Peter and Patricia Gruber for their commitment to the vision of the International Baccalaureate Academy. the only IB school in the VI. The creation of the Peter Gruber International Academy has enhanced the opportunities and lives of my classmates and myself. Your ongoing commitment has not only benefited our school, but the entire Virgin Islands. I'd like to thank each and every teacher and administrative staff member that have guided us all through our years at the VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy. And thank you to Ms. Silva for making us write the letters to ourselves, because not only did it give me a lot of insight into my future, I got 20 bucks out of it. Our school has prepared us through academics and global travel to take on the ever-changing and challenging world we live in today. We traveled from Montessori Model UN in New York City, 6th grade. That was the start of our travels as a school group. In our 5-day trip to the UN, I learned about human rights, sustainable development, international peace, and even climate action. And at one point, I even thought I wanted to be an international lawyer. The Madrid Exchange Program developed my love for languages. Our experiences were abundant, from eating guinea pig in the Galapagos Islands, to dissecting rats in biology class, to lounging in the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. We have learned to be truly global citizens and take on the world. Thank you to my ballet teachers. Through ballet, I developed great physical and mental strength. But now, soccer has become my love and joy. Thanks, Coach Joe. My internal drive, self-discipline, and natural curiosity for knowledge were developed both in the Montessori and IB programs, and such will propel me throughout my time at Princeton and beyond. My family has deep roots in the Virgin Islands, yet we are also very multi-ethnic, with origins from around the world. And as they say in Jamaica, out of many, one people. I was raised to believe I am a citizen of the world, not merely of St. Thomas or the United States. Travel has been a foundation for my life, and I thus see opportunities throughout the world and realize that it is all interconnected. We do not live on a 32 square mile island. We live on planet Earth. I thank and respect all of the graduates that have preceded us. They have enabled us to reach new heights. And to that end, this is not the end of our journey. It is only our beginning. We are embarking into a world of horrific condition. Climate change, disease, political chaos, poverty, hunger, and pollution are but some of the problems. Yet, new thoughts, technologies, materials, and people can resolve the existing chaos and create a new world. In the medical field, the implementation of mRNA technology will develop tons of new medical approaches, which will benefit us all. So each and every one of us have a responsibility to ourselves to make our futures bright, even in the face of adversity. At Princeton, I'll be studying neuroscience, where my main interest is pediatrics, so I can help the ones who will build our future after us. So I challenge each of you to explore your passions and to go out into the world where you can make a change, an impact, no matter how small. I challenge you to be grateful, to be kind, and to keep saying good afternoon when you walk into a store, no matter how many looks you get. This is not a task for one person, but an opportunity for our class and generation to solve. Class of 2021, I challenge you all to kick ass out there. I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. We did it!
Thank you so much, Marissa. It's hard for me to look at them and not see like them in stages of, have flashbacks as to spring magic and soccer everywhere, but they are young people ready to be launched into the world. And I know that Mr. Bourne is trying very hard to stick to his role as head of school and be formal about it, but in this moment, as in so many others over the last 17 years of your life, he has every right to just bask in being a proud dad, and so does Bridget. Bridget, not you in being a proud dad, but a proud mom, but you got that. Okay. I was trying to find a quote to succinctly introduce our next speaker, Annapia Brunt, whom I have known since she was 3. I'm not alone in my love and admiration for this young woman. Her warmth, her faith, her joy, her leadership, and her strong grounding in family. Annapia, Ralph Waldo Emerson provided the inspiration for me to introduce you when he said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." Please welcome Annapia Brunt to give the valedictorian tribute.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, mi familia en Mexico, all those watching online, and my fellow graduates. I spent a lot of time looking at valedictorian speeches online. However, the only insight I gained was that I was neither wise or funny enough to create a unique metaphor for our high school years. All I can give you today is the truth, and that is that every person on this stage is a champion of life in their own right. We began our high school years not simply by walking through a set of doors, but quite literally pushed through them with the force of 180-mile-per-hour winds. Not once, but twice. 4 years later, we're walking out those same doors, 6 feet apart, with masks on. I'd like to start by thanking all the amazing people who have helped us along the way. First, to the teachers. Thank you for humoring our youthful ignorance. It couldn't have been easy having to hear our protests about everything from the uselessness of calculus to why the sky is blue. Our teachers encouraged grit. As my brother accurately stated one day, no matter where I run, I can't escape Silva's work. Not only did they push us to work harder academically, but they taught us through example. Miss Ventura would stay up at odd hours making her own Khan Academy videos. Sometimes she would play catchy Spanish music in the background. I secretly suspect that it wasn't to make the video more enjoyable, but to distract herself from the fact that she was teaching us potato brains, the same concept for the 5th time. All our teachers have helped us enormously. They chose this noble profession that is often taken for granted, so thank you, truly, for the time and care that you put into shaping our minds so that we could be ready to take these next steps. To all our parents, there are simply no words to express our gratitude for the opportunities you have given us. If it weren't for you, none of us would be standing here today. I'd like to also take a moment to say thank you to my self-proclaimed benevolent dictators. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done any of this without you. You taught me everything I know, from honesty to balance. In some very hard moments, you were there lifting me up, never once sparing an opportunity to teach me the realities of life. From teaching me Spanish, to the importance of spirituality, to pushing me on a plane bound for Kazakhstan, I have not one, but 2 Master Yodas showing me how to do or do not, because there is no try. I can't wait to attend your canonization of sainthood in Rome one day. Mom, Dad, Tomas, Santi, and Mariana, you guys are the best parts of my day, and I love you all so very much. There is no doubt that our high school years have been both strange and difficult, and I could probably spend all of my time talking about the obstacles we have all faced. Except I believe today is a day to celebrate those who have overcome those challenges, not the challenges themselves. Marissa, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially our class manager. I hope to one day replicate her patience and organization because even when she told us 100 times the due date of an assignment or what we were supposed to be doing in class, we would all eventually forget and ask again. Andreas, you are the very definition of a class clown, and you never failed to say or do something that lightened the room. Fun fact, Andreas and I have never had a class without each other in it since we were 2 years old. Boy, has that been interesting. Although Cody is a relatively new addition to our class, it feels like he's been with us forever. The best time to catch him is when he's hyper due to having eaten an entire box of peat marshmallows by himself. Chantal, the Kardashians have nothing on you. I don't think I'll ever meet someone whose personality is as sparkly as her prom dress. Period, King. Actually, this next graduate deserves some recognition. I'd like to congratulate Devonte on earning the self-proclaimed title of Valedictorian of the guys. But in all seriousness, his perseverance, whether in the classroom or outside of it, is something to strive for. After today's graduation, I'd like everyone to go watch Nikel's music videos online. In a few years, I think I may be saying to people that I went to school with a hotshot music producer. Caroline, you are my fellow caffeine buddy. No one understands my love of coffee like you do. 2 words, Starbucks and Vienna. Tegan has always followed through on what he says he's going to do. Like in basketball, or the time that he lost our game of tag and had to accept his rather embarrassing punishment. Don't worry, Tegan, you're the man. You might all look at Javen and think, gosh, this guy definitely has the arm strength to knock me out. And you'd probably be right. So Jaden, thank you for never knocking me out, even when I almost gave you a heart attack several times a day. Michaela, thank you for always quietly backing up my arguments in global politics. I always knew that if I ever wanted to talk about real-world issues with anyone, I could go to you. To my fellow Cloud Appreciation Society member, Aviela, I hope to one day replicate your perspective on life. You see the beauty in everything, each flower, each sunset, and each person. We should all look at the world the way you do. Let me just say that this class is as close as family, in part because of Pierre's efforts to get us all in one place. You worked incredibly hard to organize experiences for us that have resulted in some of our best memories. Drake, I'm not even gonna have to say bye to you. You can always count on Drake to put your problems in perspective, but just so everyone knows, he is desperately regretting his choice of school right now. But hey, if you need help in Spanish, I'll be right across the street. Jess, where do I even begin? You have been at my side for as long as I can remember. Hearing your loud and contagious laugh is more of a kickstart than my double espresso, and I will miss it dearly. When Janice walked into Ms. Raj's classroom on the first day of 5th grade, she was incredibly shy. Since then, however, I've had the pleasure to see her grow into a confident member of the class that works to empower young women of all ages. Walking into sophomore year, Bree was the very definition of the song, Cooler Than Me. But after the lizard incident, I decided that she was just as weird as the rest of us, and I loved having her here in North Texas. I'm gonna miss sitting and staring at Deja's artwork and wondering why I even joined art class to begin with. My stick figures are nothing to her Picasso. I have never met anyone on so many sports teams. We all know who I'm talking about. Adia, I have no idea how you did it all, but thank you for covering for me when I lost the ball at every soccer game. I was told to impart some sort of wisdom in this speech, but let's not kid ourselves, I'm far too young. What I can say is that our years in this school have prepared us to one day be wise. Wisdom will come with time and experience. Our education at VIMSIA did not only take us into the intricacies of the English language, but the mechanics of global power. It also took us around the world, from our exchanges with other IB schools to the unique end sessions. The graduates on this stage today have not only seen the world, but they have been equipped to understand it. My parting message for you all today is this. Our job on this earth is to help the people around us grow. Some graduates on this stage have been with me since I was struggling to walk. Others when I was struggling with calculus. But all have helped shape me into the person I am today. People come and go in life. I would know. But I have found that the biggest gifts that people leave are not the ones I can physically hold. They're the ones that make us realize something within ourselves. These gifts are direct and indirect lessons that help us be better people. The challenges I have endured this year were unlike any I've ever faced, and it was difficult to get up and keep writing my papers, keep writing, and keep engaging with those around me. My classmates never let me give up, and I've grown because of it. So as you walk off the stage today, I hope you remember that life purpose. Leave every person better than when you encountered them. Fellow graduates, you have done that for me, and I am certain that you will continue to do so wherever it is that life takes us. Thank you.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. So look around. First of all, this is the first village. All right, no more tears. Suck it up, your mascara is running. Stop it right now. But this is the first village. They're a very, very, very close bunch. Then, I know we say it takes a village, but Annapia, the Brunt family is literally a village. In numbers, in volume, in geography, you are your own village, and you support not only Annapia, but all of these kids who treat your house like their own. This school is a village, a community, a family, and I want you to look around because this is what community looks like, this is what community feels like, and we're all here to support our graduates as they go forward in the world. Our keynote address today is from none other than one who has gone forth in the world and made us very, very proud. Our U.S. Virgin Islands very own Congresswoman, Stacey Plaskett. Congresswoman Plaskett represents the United States Virgin Islands, Islands at Large Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives. She is currently serving her 4th term in Congress. She serves on the House Committee on Ways and Means, the oldest and one of the most exclusive committees in Congress. Unfortunately, she is unable to be with us here in person today, but as we have become very accustomed to since March 2020, let us sit back and enjoy her keynote, her feature address virtually.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, and I'm honored to join you today. I'd first like to recognize the head of school, Michael Bourne, along with the faculty, staff, administration, and board of the VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy, or VIMSIA. Thank you all for your dedication to these students here. We all have lived through the ordeal of the COVID-19 pandemic for the past year and a half. Some of you may have had the virus, had family or friends who were ill from the virus, or know of someone lost to the pandemic. The way we live our lives and go about our normal day-to-day activities has been completely altered. We all have been impacted and touched in some way, shape, or form by this global experience and hopefully learn some lifelong lessons through it. We also, as a nation, have had an awakening while we stayed at home during the lockdown as we watched the death of George Floyd and learned of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, Elijah McClain in Colorado, Breonna Taylor in Kentucky. The names go on. We saw Americans fight for justice with not just speaking the phrase Black Lives Matter, but trying to fully understand that each life must matter and be important, and that sometimes the truth is that not all lives are created equally, and that's not right. That there are those of us who live unequal lives. Friends became allies, and waking up from slumber is not a bad thing. We also saw that rhetoric that is hurtful, untrue, and divisive may not break our bones, but spoken repeatedly over time may break, bend, and try and destroy this beautiful thing called our great democracy. It's been one hell of a year, and for your 4 years of high school here in the Virgin Islands, it's been a real trip. But despite all of the ups and downs of the past 4 years, each of you are about to end and simultaneously begin one of the most significant periods of your life, adulthood. The transition from high school student to young adult is monumental. There's nothing like it. It's all at once the most exhilarating time of your life and the craziest, most upending one. So in anticipation of the at times extremely conflicting time that is about to greet all of you, I've compiled what I believe to be a very useful list of items to help you walk through this upcoming season of your life. That list is entitled 10 Things I Learned from During the COVID Pandemic and How Can They Help Me in My Adult Life. First, learning to coexist. Do you remember when you were doing classes via Zoom while your mom was trying to work and your sibling or even another parent was screaming in a corner, but you were still able to somehow get it done? Well, guess what? In college, sometimes your roommate may be engaged in activities that may be distracting, but you have a paper or an assignment to get done. Before the pandemic, you may have panicked, but now you'll be able to drown it out like nothing is wrong and get that thing done. 2, distance makes the heart grow fonder. You love your family, and your family loves you. But let's be honest, we're also kind of sick of each other. We've seen the same faces every day for a year. There were also family friends you didn't see for a year. Do you remember how much you missed them? Well, now it's time to get away from your family and be missed. And I promise everyone is better off for it. Number 3. Here's a good one. You're not as important as you think you are. Some of you students were popular, you're athletes, were in student government, really stood out for whatever reason. Either way, you were important. Then the pandemic hit and you became just like everyone else, stuck behind a screen, sometimes without the camera on. Hopefully, that experience humbled you a bit. Guess what? If you go to a big college or a large company, you're more than likely to start off as just another cog in the wheel. So you were a pretty girl. In the real world, there are a lot of pretty girls. So you were an athlete. There are thousands of them. You got a scholarship. Many other people did too. In college and in the workforce, you'll find that many of the things that mattered in high school don't matter anymore. 4, this one is really important. Brush your teeth. For years, some of you all would wake up, get ready for the day, and just ignore basic dental hygiene. But then you were stuck at home, and the cycle continued until you put on a mask and had to smell what other people had to deal with for years. Brush your teeth. We'll all be better for it. 5, it's not always about you. This pandemic has taught us that we are not the center of the universe. Even though many of you would be characterized as low risk in terms of dying from the coronavirus, I'm so grateful that you still stayed inside, because we knew there were people who weren't as lucky, not as healthy, whether they were older or they had compromised immune systems or they were simply unable to properly social distance. There will be times in college or in life that you'll have to do things you don't want to do. You may have to work late or work with someone you don't want to be around, or you may be asked to do extra duties that typically were not your responsibility. Remember, it's for the best of the team, for those around you, and it's not always just about you. 6, listen to the experts. Listen to the people who spent decades studying and are considered experts in a particular field, not the person who said, I did my own research. You're young, and I know many of you feel like you know everything, but truly, you don't know much yet, and that's okay. We all don't. You don't have to. That's what getting older and higher education is for, to learn things you don't know. 7, it's okay to be wrong. When the pandemic first started, no one really knew what was best. At first, they said we would only be in quarantine for 2 weeks. Then it became a year. When it came to masks, at first they didn't matter. Then masks were not only recommended, but they became mandatory. The point is that much of what we were initially told was wrong, but when we figured out was right, the proper corrections were made. Because of that, we're almost past this thing. There are things that think you know and believe now. In a few years, you may learn something that will change what you thought you knew or believed, and that's okay. For example, I hear that you can't go in the water after you eat. I've researched that, and guess what? That is not actually accurate. You can go in the water and swim after you've eaten. Number 8. This one is important as well. Sweatpants are professional. Our whole lives we've been told what was professional or acceptable in a professional setting. But the pandemic taught us that none of that matters. CEOs were meeting on Zoom in sweatpants daily. So were members of Congress. I know, I did it. In college, having to walk from class to class is tiring, and wearing jeans is not it. Sweatpants and leggings will consume your life and closet, but that's okay. Embrace it. 9, always wash your hands. It's curious to me that regular hand washing wasn't a thing until the pandemic happened. Seriously? You never knew where people's hands have been. And let's be honest, many of you are headed to college with tons of people your age who are bent on all sorts of exploration and, so always wash your hands. And number 10, together we can do some amazing things. We all have been going through this pandemic together and have made allowances, from teachers having to adapt to teaching virtually, to you students being patient and giving up things like boat trips to White Bay, Jost Van Dyke. You may have had to cancel your end session trip or deal with a parent or parents having to spend more time at home. Some may have even lost their jobs. Scientists from around the world working together with bureaucracy taken away, red tape gone, were able to get us a vaccine within a year. That's unheard of. This pandemic may have been challenging and cost us a great deal of human lives, but it also showed us that together we can all do amazing things. From all of the work you and others have put in to get to this special day, your graduation, to all the countries in the world working together to eliminate the virus. Now, on a slightly different note, the nation and the world that your generation, that means you, the world that you are getting ready to enter, is one on the precipice of great change. Our nation is torn between an ideological battle that could and most likely will determine the fate of democracy and what the future of social justice and equity will look like. much like the promise and pain contained in the experience of when a mother brings a new life into the world. Our nation and our world are on the cusp of what could either be the future marked by a long-awaited sweeping reform of our good or stagnation and retreat into archaic, unjust systems and ways of thinking. So I charge each of you with the responsibility to climb out of your comfort zone, please, or the realm or circle that you're used to, the people that you usually hang out with, the things that you normally are concerned about, and to expand your awareness and your knowledge to encompass the things, people, situations, and places that you may not be so comfortable with. Look for ways to advocate for the underprivileged and the underserved in your community. Educate yourself on matters that concern not just you, but the world around you, your neighborhood, your town, your island, your city, your state, your nation. It is more important than ever that each of you realize that it's not mom and dad that's going to save the world and that will save our nation. It is you. So let's get at it. Congratulations to each of you on this milestone, and best wishes as you mark yourself in the world.
Congresswoman Plaskett, when you see the recorded version of the live stream of this event, please know that your words were received very well. Thank you for personalizing your message, for the practices of this school, and for the journey that each of these graduates will be making. The brushing teeth thing is a good one too. Next on the program, we invite Cara A.B. Cook, VIMSIA's illustrious college counselor, to share the history of the International Mindedness Scholarship and present it to this year's winner, Emcee.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is my pleasure to present the Majid-e-Noor Islamic Society of St. Thomas Scholarship for International Minded Students. This scholarship is given annually to an International Academy student who displays a focus of exemplar effort and dedication to international mindedness. The mission of the Society of St. Thomas and the Peter Gruber International Academy and the IB organization, so the mission of all three entities, is to help students be exposed to international mindedness as a way to encourage global peace and understanding of others. In order to receive the award, students must demonstrate any or all of the following criteria: international travel experience in an academic setting, academic interest in international studies, exhibit openness to other cultures and encourage peers to do the same via school projects and/or activities, perform service for the international community, hold active membership in international organizations, and finally, maintain a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. All right, let's figure out who the winner is. This student has been a VIMSIA community member since they joined VI Montessori's primary program. In addition to being a successful member of the class of 2021 IBDP here at the PGIA, they have participated in many international programs, including the Iceland and Ireland in session and the Galapagos Islands in session. Another significant academic accolade of this young person's participation is that they were a part of the Weizmann Institute of Science trip to Israel. This student has engaged in many community service efforts that have spanned both the Caribbean and beyond. As a community volunteer for the St. Thomas Dutch Reformed Church, they traveled to the Dominican Republic for service efforts. This student led the initiative to create D&D Concessions, a student-run business venture which raised money for both our VIMSIA community and supported the hurricane relief efforts in the Bahamas. This student has international soccer experience, playing in the Barcelona soccer program and for the U20 Nicaragua national team. Lastly, they were an active participant in the Rotary International Sunrise Interact Club, VIMSIA's Hunger Lunch, VIMSIA's Taste the Nations, and the VI Culture Enrichment course. It is our very distinct pleasure to award this year's Majid Noor International Mindedness Scholarship to Mr. Devonte. As you all remember from earlier, Devonte is receiving the beautiful double purple honor cord. He is receiving a very nice certificate stating his winning of the award, and live and direct, a fresh scholarship check for $1,000. Congratulations.
We would like to recognize, even though he's not here, Mr. Willie Hamed, the President of the Islamic Society of St. Thomas, who is also a community patron and a VIMSIA alumni parent, for sponsoring and keeping VIMSIA in this annual scholarship, which celebrates diversity and international mindedness, such important values in our world today. We're at the highlight of today's program, where we will honor our graduating students with a distribution of diplomas. For this, I ask Mr. Michael Bourne, Mrs. Patricia Gruber, to make their way to the stage. We will allow for 1 to 2 photographers for each student to make their way to the front, wearing masks, please, to get the perfect vantage photo of your student while the graduate is being presented with their diploma. Let's do this efficiently, so choose who's moving before they have to move. Ms. Gloria Arpezi, Ms. Cara Evie Cook, and Mr. Matt Stocking, DP Coordinator, will lead our graduating students through this joyful milestone.
Good afternoon again. It's so exciting now that we get to offer these students their diplomas from the Peter Gruber International Academy. Mr. Michael Bourne, our head of school, and Mrs. Patricia Gruber, our benefactor, will be giving the diplomas and a special gift to each one of the seniors today. The gift that they receive is a book written by Dr. Seuss, which is called Oh, the Places They Will Go. And this is a tradition at our school where the students receive the book that has been signed by all of their teachers as a keepsake for them to take with them on their journeys. So without any further ado, we're going to be going through each one of the graduates today and giving you a little bit of information about where they're off to and what they're going to do. It's my honor to first start with Miss Marissa Bourne. Marissa plans to attend Princeton University in the fall, where she will be studying neuroscience. Her favorite subject has been biology, where the knowledge she acquired will aid in her plans to become a neurologist or pediatrician. She has been at our school since she was 2 years old and has developed a globally minded and driven student. Has become a globally minded and driven student with her group of 18 amazing friends by her side. Her favorite travel memories at the PGIA include her Galapagos end session trip, the Madrid Exchange Program, and the Vienna Exchange. Her proudest accomplishments throughout her high school career have been her dedication to the national soccer team, her leadership in student council, her service trip to the Dominican Republic, and receiving the IB Learner Profile Award. Marissa is looking forward to the academic and social endeavors that her future has to offer and can't wait for the next 4 years of her journey. Congratulations, Marissa Bourne. Please come and receive your diploma. Congratulations, Marissa. Okay, moving right along. Next, I have the honor of awarding Miss Annapia Brunt her PGIA Diploma. This fall, Annapia will be attending the University of Pennsylvania, where she plans to study as an international relations major. From pin maps to global politics, her Montessori and IB educations have shaped her thinking on every level. They inspired her to take leaps of faith, which resulted in some of her richest experiences thus far. From going to Kazakhstan to teach young women English, to playing duck, duck, goose with Kenyan children in a tiny village, she has learned to foster a global mindset. She will carry with her the Montessori spirit of collaboration and the IB's emphasis on grit as she makes her way through college and wherever life sees fit to take her. More than anything, she has loved having a class that is as close as a family. Change will be difficult, but hey, she passed IB math, so anything is possible. Congratulations, Miss Annapia Brunt. Please receive your diploma. Congratulations, Annapia. All right. Next, I have the honor of Mr. Cody Bryan. Cody spent his last 2 years of high school at VIMSIA, and he made the most of them. He has enjoyed his time here and is planning to continue his academic journey at Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania, to study business administration. Adapting to a new IB curriculum in junior year was a hard task to tackle, but now he feels much more prepared for college. Although he joined VIMSIA rather late in his academic career, it wasn't long until he felt right at home thanks to his friends and his teachers. Cody heavily appreciates the teachers, peers, and overall experience he has had at VIMSIA and will never forget them. Mr. Cody Bryan, please receive your diploma. You did it, Cody. You did it. All right. Moving right on to Mr. Andreas Bump. Very exciting. Family of many alumni now. Andreas will be attending Kobe Sawyer College in New Hampshire this upcoming fall and plans to study business while playing collegiate volleyball. Andreas' time at VIMSIA has made him into a student who cares for the environment and the people around him. His favorite subject was physical education, which sadly is not offered after 10th grade. Andreas hopes to run multiple online businesses as well as own real estate business and travel the world. His journey at VIMSIA and the IB program started at 2 years old in Miss Summers' classroom. His preparedness to venture into the world has come from how he was raised, who he was raised with, and where he grew up. These three components have worked together to make him ready for whatever may come his way. Congratulations, Mr. Andreas Bump. Please receive your diploma. Congrats, Dre. Good job. All right, now I have the distinct honor of reading you the bio from Miss Chantel Carty. Chantel is planning to attend Georgia State University, where she will study economics and nursing. She has been attending VIMSIA since the age of 2. She started off in Miss Boyle and Miss Ferratro's classroom, where she has grown from a shy little girl into an ambitious and confident young lady. Her favorite subjects in school are global politics and Spanish. Her favorite moments in school were field trips, morning chats with Miss Silva, the Denmark-Copenhagen exchange, the Galapagos end session, and lastly being surrounded by her 18 lifelong friends on a daily basis. She owes her success to her grandmother Dulcie, also known as Chief, who is her best friend and her role model. Also, her mother Renee, who has always loved her unconditionally and has helped shape her into the ambitious, poised young woman that she is today. Congratulations, Chantel. Please receive your diploma. Looking fabulous. Congratulations, Chantel. Congrats, Mom and Grandma. Congratulations. Okay, without any further ado, Mr. Devonte Duncan, International Mindedness Scholarship recipient. It's my honor to introduce Devonte today. He will be attending Virginia Polytechnic Institute, where he plans on studying general engineering with a focus on mechanical engineering. He has also been awarded the National NROTC Scholarship, paying full tuition for his college career. His favorite subject in school was physics and biology. He has been at this school since the age of 5, also starting in Miss Summers' classroom. He has then developed into an open-minded, risk-taking, and caring young man. He will be able to carry these skills throughout his whole life to successfully accomplish his goals. He will be able to. His favorite PGIA travel memories were when he went to the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel during grade 11, and the Madrid exchange program in grade 7. His proudest high school accomplishments were his participation in the U15, U17, and U20 national soccer team, and the various places he has been able to travel, like Dubai, Nicaragua, Iceland, and many more. Congratulations, Devonte Duncan. Please receive your diploma. Congratulations, Devonte, you did it. Congrats, Mom.
Good afternoon. Just a quick note that the students wrote their biographies for this moment, so very nice. Mr. Nikhil Emanuel. Nikhil spent his past 3 years here at VIMSIA socializing and sharpening his skills in music, design, and film. Nikhil plans to attend Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida to study audio engineering. Nikhil joined VIMSIA in the 2018-2019 school year. Nikhil has enjoyed his experience here and has appreciated the fact that VIMSIA has made him more headstrong in dealing with pressure. Nikhil hopes of a future that allows him to showcase his creative ideas as well as his insightful, caring nature. Congratulations, Nikhil Emanuel. Please receive your diploma. Congratulations. Caroline Ethan. Caroline plans to attend High Point University, located in North Carolina, in the fall to study business administration. Caroline moved to St. Thomas from Nebraska in 2017 and joined the VIMSIA family as a freshman and has been here through her high school career. She participated in both track and cross country. Throughout her years here at VIMSIA in the St. Thomas community, she has developed an even greater open-minded, ambitious spirit. Going forward, she hopes to pursue a career in business management and hopefully work her way up to the management ladder in international business. Congratulations, Caroline Ethan. Please receive your diploma. Tegan Capel. Tegan started off his academic career in La Casa and has gone through the entire VIMSIA program. In the fall, Tegan will attend Oglethorpe University in Atlanta, Georgia, where he plans to study civil engineering. Tegan has enjoyed his entire career here at VIMSIA. His proudest accomplishments are his achievements in sports, specifically basketball and cross country, while also surviving the IB program. Tegan's favorite subjects were visual arts and global politics. He is looking forward to the new places he will see and the people he will meet, while also being thankful for all of his friends, family, and community that have helped him along the way. Congratulations, Tegan Capel. Please receive your diploma. Congratulations, Steve. Michaela Kurtz. Michaela is attending the University of Rochester in the fall and is looking forward to being surrounded by academics in the cold climate of New York. Michaela is excited to find a new community in the college town of Rochester. During her senior year, Michaela spent several months traveling through the United States, and after living in St. Thomas for 4 years, Michaela is excited to continue traveling and experiencing new things. Pursuing an education in history and anthropology, Michaela hopes to be a museum curator in the future. Creating spaces where people can learn and personally connect to culture and history is the driving force of Michaela's academic path. Her goal is to work among the great intellectuals who have created the world-renowned Smithsonian Institution. Although Michaela will miss the island and the friends she has made, Michaela is beyond excited to begin the next stage of her life. Congratulations, Michaela Kurtz. Please receive your diploma. Congratulations. Aviella Maynard. Aviella began her academic journey at 2 years old in La Casa and has been a part of the VIMSIA community ever since. During her time here, she has learned the importance of critical thinking and independence, two valuable traits that she will utilize as she pursues life beyond St. Thomas. Aviella will attend Lehigh University in the fall and major in design. After college, she aspires to utilize her degree to design and direct various marketing and advertising projects for companies and brands internationally. Her favorite subjects in school were global politics, biology, and Spanish because of her attentive teachers and the interesting coursework. Aviella is extremely grateful for her high school experience. She has made lifelong friends and has become an increasingly independent, knowledgeable, and open-minded young woman. Congratulations, Aviella Maynard. Please receive your diploma. Okay, congratulations. Kira Mitchell. Kira began VIMSIA at age 3 and became part of an incredible community that has now become her second family. Because of the supportive staff and her engaged parents, she was able to skip a grade and join students who have continuously challenged her academically and have become her lifelong friends. In the IB program, Kira chose to take 2 science courses because she has always appreciated a challenge and yearns to become a knowledgeable individual. In the future, she hopes to apply the critical thinking skills and open-minded perspective she has gained from her assignments and travels to the fields of psychology and sociology within a legal profession. Kira's entire family has shaped her into the person she is today. Through countless games of Scrabble to learning how to climb a coconut tree, she has become an adventurous, competitive, compassionate, and analytical young lady. The people in her life have given her countless opportunities to take on the world and become an independent and caring individual. Congratulations, Kira Mitchell. Please receive your diploma.
Drake Nemeth. Drake has been a proud member of the Montessori family since first being introduced at 5 years old. He has been influenced by a one-of-a-kind community which has sculpted him into the man he is today through the past 18 unparalleled years of his life. He has learned to value diversity and appreciate the opportunities presented to him, while understanding the importance of keeping a cool head through the vast array of experiences to come. Drake plans on straying away from St. Thomas to Philadelphia to attend Drexel University in the fall, where he will encounter new challenges in studying mechanical engineering. Congratulations, Drake Nemeth. Please come get your diploma. Congratulations. Jessica Pywansky. Jessica plans to attend the University of New Hampshire in the fall, where she will be going in undecided, although she intends to either receive her master's in 5 years after dual majoring in justice studies and environmental studies, or majoring in history with a law 3+3 option while minoring in sociology. This will hopefully lead her into law school or into government security. She has been enrolled at VIMSIA since she was 2 years old and has watched the class grow and change. There have been many ups and downs, but for the most part, she's enjoyed her time here at VIMSIA. She values her trips through the school to Mexico, Iceland, Ireland, all of which have expanded her worldview. The friends and relationships she has built and nurtured over the past 15 years will last her a lifetime. She is excited to see where the new chapter of her life takes her. Congratulations, Jessica Pywansky. Please come and receive your diploma. Congratulations, Marissa. Junice Paris. Junice will be attending Fort Lauderdale's Nova Southeastern University, where she will be studying business management. Her favorite subjects in school were dance with Miss Helen and math. Her favorite memories here at VIMSIA were productive study halls with her friends and in-session trips as she was able to travel to the Netherlands, Iceland, and Ireland. Throughout her years of attending VIMSIA and partaking in such rigorous courses that is the IB, she has developed an open and reflective mindset and, most importantly, confidence. Junice has enjoyed her years at VIMSIA and is highly looking forward to the next 4 years at NSU. Congratulations, Junice. More air on. Congrats. Next, we have Jamin Potter. Jamin plans on attending Canyon University in Erie, Pennsylvania. There, he will be studying nursing and will begin his journey to becoming a nurse practitioner. Jamin has spent a majority of his school career here at Montessori and has created lifelong friendships with many of his classmates and peers. Jamin would like to thank his parents for allowing him to attend such a wonderful school and for paying for 15 years of education. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Cannot express how grateful he is for his parents. He would also like to thank the VIMSIA family for shaping him into a humble, caring, and intelligent young man that he is today. Congratulations, Jamin Potter. Please come and get your diploma. Brianna Ramos. Bree will be attending Texas Tech University in the fall, where she will be studying business management in hopes of becoming a successful real estate agent in upstate New York. Bree's most fond memory here at the PGIA would be coming here and being accepted into the class with such open arms, more specifically, meeting her 4 lifelong friends, Jess, Kira, Marissa, and Annapia. She wants you all to know that she would have been completely lost without you. Bree's proudest moment was making it to Martinique for the senior women's national volleyball team, and even though she was running a 102-degree fever, still had a great time, LOL. Her life before the PGIA was extremely different. She used to herd cattle in the middle of Texas. Then, all of a sudden, Deb and Scott decided to move to the middle of the ocean. No more farm life, mostly running from iguanas and going to the beach whenever she wanted, which was so cool at first. Anyway, a big thanks to everyone who's been here since day one. Can't believe we made it. I love you guys. Congratulations, Bree. Come get your camera. Congrats, Brianna. Deja Marie Simon. Deja Marie plans to attend Pratt Institute of Art in the fall, where she will be studying 2D animation in hopes of becoming an art director or animator in animated films or TV shows. Deja Marie has enjoyed her experience at VIMSIA and is very thankful that she was able to experience what it's like in maintaining and finishing a heavy workload. Her proudest accomplishments were designing and painting the sets for 2 of the PGIA's theatrical plays and also starting her own online store. Check it out, Deja Boo. You won't be disappointed. Deja Marie's favorite subjects in school were visual arts, English, and Spanish. However, let's be honest, it's mostly art. She's also looking forward to her next chapter at Pratt Institute and beyond. Congratulations, Deja Marie. Please come and receive your diploma. Congratulations, Deja Marie. Okay, last but never least, Adia Thomas. At the age of 2, Adia Amani Thomas began her educational journey at La Casa and has been a part of the VIMSIA family ever since. Throughout her journey, she has developed into an open-minded, risk-taking, and principled young lady. These acquired skills will be beneficial in successfully achieving her future goals. Additionally, Adia is a well-rounded, natural-born leader and has shown great confidence in all her endeavors. Her accomplishments include being a 2-time Poetry Out Loud champion, being the captain of the girls' varsity volleyball and basketball teams, of which she was awarded the most valuable player, the most improved player, and VIMSIA's first female athlete of the year. In addition to her accomplishments, Adia has been an active member of the Rotary Sunrise Club since grade 7, the secretary of the Student Council Committee, and a member of the U17 Women's National Soccer Team. This fall, Adia plans to attend the University of the Virgin Islands, where she will major in sports medicine and minor in business, with hopes of becoming a physical therapist. Adia is extremely grateful to have a strong support system among her family and friends, which have been the cornerstone of her strength. We did it, Mom and Dad. Congratulations, Adia. Come get your diploma.
is the co-founder and president emeritus of the Peter and Patricia Gruber Foundation. In addition to her tireless work in the areas of educational excellence in the fields of cosmology, genetics, neuroscience, justice, and women's rights, Mrs. Gruber has been a long-standing benefactor of the Peter Gruber International Academy. She's a trusted advisor of the board and of Mr. Bourne, a quiet yet empowering force de resistance behind much of VIMSIA's success. I invite her to the podium to deliver a tribute.
Thank you. I promise I'll be brief. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here today, to be in person, number one, but to mark your very important graduation. This challenging curriculum is one you've survived and you've surpassed. It's evident, I think, to us all what remarkable people each and every one of you are. And this is a remarkable school. Today also marks either the 10th or the 11th, it sounds like we're not quite sure, International Academy anniversary. The story of PGIA is one that all of us here are part of in some way. I love to hear people's stories. It makes me wonder about each of you graduates and what is your full story. Do you have a destiny, and where will you be in 10 years? Our stories do continue to evolve, as everyone has said. What's the story of PGIA? Well, long, long ago, in a land not so far away, lived a wonderful, creative woman. She was a mathematician, a distinguished leader with a master's certificate in creativity, who was provost of the University of the Virgin Islands. She put her thoughts together with another equally talented and distinguished person, head of school Michael Bourne. Together, they imagined something that had never happened here, a world-class curriculum of international standing. Dr. Mikhail, or Camille as we know her, is a professor of mathematics and science who has immersed herself in the values of education, bringing technology to math and science, and teaching girls like herself the excitement of what she calls math stuff, and also to broadly increasing STEM education. Michael, with his long experience in leadership, economics, and moving and shaking the powers that be, shared his vision. And then he inspired our whole community. To make a long and challenging story very short, they brought together all of us, trustees, faculty, parents, students, donors, community members, and outsiders to share this vision. Today, VIMSIA, as you can see today, is really flourishing. That's one part of the story of why we're all here today. So thanks to every single person here for making this happen, continuing to make this happen. It is a truly remarkable school that has a big heart. The school is named after my late husband, Peter Gruber. Some of you know a little about his story. For those of you who don't, I will just say a small amount. Peter came to this country as an immigrant in his 20s. He was then drafted into the Army, later established a successful business, and he made more money than he ever expected. And for that reason, he was able to support a number of charitable endeavors. Sometimes when people make money or become successful or become rich by someone's evaluation, people think all kinds of things or make assumptions. Peter was born into a Jewish family in Central Europe. And when he was a 9-year-old child, during the Second World War, the whole family fled the Nazis and went to India. About the persecution of the Jews at that time, Peter said he wasn't quite Jewish enough for the rabbi, but he was way too Jewish for Hitler. In India, as a 9 and 10-year-old boy, Peter lost his home country, he lost his language, he lost his childhood friends. His relatives were all murdered by the Nazis, and he was in a country where almost everything was unfamiliar, India, except for his family. Then, due to a scare in Calcutta where they were living, a brief bombing, the parents felt it was more safe to send the kids to the Himalaya to school. So Peter was then told, don't worry, you can come home once a year. Peter experienced extreme upheaval, diversity, profound change at an early age, and yet he came out of all of this as a grateful to be alive person who remained sensitive to the blows that life often delivers to us all. I think he would be deeply delighted today to see how all of you continue to make this intellectually rigorous, diverse, solar-powered, green-conscious school flourish. It is such a great pleasure to witness this graduation, to be in the company of all of you today, and to celebrate all the good things that we have right here on this island. Best wishes to everyone, and thank you.
We will now ask Reverend Jeffrey Neville from the St. Thomas Reformed Church to offer a prayer, the benediction, and blessings for our class of 2021.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to be up here. Congratulations, class of 2021. We're all very proud of you and want to send you on your way with a blessing. I was asked to come and give a benediction so that there is no, and first I just want to say thank you for whoever it was that got me here and got me a ticket. Maybe it was cousin Michael, I don't know. Thank you. I wanted to be here, I did not want to miss this. To give a benediction, just so there's no misunderstanding what that is, it's Latin, bene meaning good, and dicere meaning say. Come and say something good, Pastor Jeff. So that's what I'm going to do. And I could think of no better blessing than one that's been giving, and no better good word than one that's been given for thousands of years to thousands of people over generations who have been on the brink of a journey. We call it the Aaronic Blessing or the priestly blessing. And it's in Hebrew, it's much more rich than in the English words. I'm just going to briefly break it down real quick. The Lord bless you. Barak comes from the word berek, meaning to kneel down. I want you to picture God of the universe kneeling down and blessing you on this journey. Not so that you can just be blessed, but so that you can go into the world and be a blessing to others. Bless you and keep you. Keep you, shamar, literally means to hedge you around with thorns, like a shepherd would take their sheep and fence them in with thorns to guard and to protect them. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, shine, or in Hebrew. If the Lord's light is shining on you, there is no darkness. Light drives out all darkness. And be gracious unto you, Hanan, grace, compassion, kindness, love. Be all of those things as you bring them into the world. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you, more light over you for your journey, and give you peace. Shalom. It is the absolute presence of wholeness and completeness. Class of 2021, that is my hope and my prayer for each and every one of you as you take this journey. Go out and restore this world with the gifts that you have to its completeness and to the way it was and the way it should be, better than before. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Jeff. I didn't know I could move this, otherwise I would have been out here for the whole afternoon. Okay, hello, this side of the room. I want you to just for a minute draw your eyes to this side of the room where we have two little surprises. And the first, I invite Gloria Arpezi, our PGIA directress, to give Mrs. Patricia Gruber a token of our appreciation for her constant support and for her presence here today and many, many days. And second, we have a prize for the most emotional crybaby in the room. No, just kidding. We want to give, there she goes again. We want to give, Mrs. Arpezi would like to present Miss Alexandra Silva with a token of the school's appreciation for her years of service to VIMSIA and for being a beloved part of this family, and to wish her well on her journey going forward. Thank you, Ms. Silva, on behalf of us all. Mr. Michael Bourne, head of school, has shown tremendous restraint throughout this whole ceremony, allowing others to control the flow of events. If you know anything about Michael, he doesn't relinquish control easily. He's always 10 toes, 10 fingers deep and up to his neck in the operations of every aspect of the school. He's the most involved, engaged, and hardworking head of school that we could ask for. He leads with a full spirit of involvement and pursuit of excellence. I now give him free rein to let loose and deliver the closing remarks. Mr. Michael Bourne.
Thank you, Ms. McQueen. First and foremost, today would not be possible without the staff and teachers of the VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy. Please stand and be acknowledged. All over. And former, I see a couple former over here. Former, right? Everybody stand. Peggy in the back. Throughout. It takes a village, and we have one heck of a village. Tremendous assembly of talented, committed, sincere individuals dedicated to student learning. Congratulations to our graduates. You have persevered through the International Baccalaureate program, the most prestigious and acclaimed academic curriculum in the world. You have been on campus since September, when most of your brethren around the world were in distance learning at home, and maybe not even in school. You even had an in-person prom at the Ritz. Thank you, Ritz-Carlton. You, my folks, are the most fortunate class in the world. Yes, the most fortunate class in the world. For no matter your past mistakes, you can now blame COVID-19. And for the successes that have come your way, you can assure others that it was because of your grit and growth mindset that you were able to overcome COVID difficulties. You have the best of both worlds. Yet going forward is even more rewarding. History has documented tremendous growth and improvements after catastrophic events such as World War II, the 1920 pandemic, the Great Depression, the assassination of President John Kennedy, and treason committed by Donald Trump against the United States of America. But you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. Today you heard from Delegate Plaskett When crisis hit, she was prepared. She seized the opportunity to prosecute the impeachment case against Donald Trump, and she most effectively gained the respect of the majority of Americans. Our very own Stacey Plaskett is now a national leader because she was prepared for the crisis. She did not stand still or hide. She seized the opportunity which this class has in front of them, and numerous opportunities. You, my graduates, are sitting on the cusp of another great period of change and innovation. You have developed grit and growth mindset. You're risk takers. You're internationally minded. You're well prepared to achieve great success. Each and every one of you are destined for greatness. I present to you the VI Montessori School and Peter Gruber International Academy, Class of 2021. Thank you so much.